Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy on this Tuesday morning. And another busy one at the Olympics. We're so lucky to be able to go to an absolute legend of Australian sport and the Olympics. Let's do it.
Catch all the Paris Games action on Stan Sport.
The great Grant Hackett joins us right now on this Tuesday morning. Grant, welcome to Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy.
Morning, Vossy. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good, really good. Good to catch up. A first reaction to... look, I think it's an image that's now going to... I reckon you're still going to see this image in 100 years' time. Molly O'Callaghan invites or gets Ariane Titmus onto the gold medal dais. That's just a superb image of the spirit of sport. But a reaction to the race, Grant?
Yeah, it was the race that really lived up to expectation. We thought at this Olympic Games, across every sport, male and female, it was one that we could actually get first and second in. And that's exactly what we did. But we just didn't know what positions, they were going to be in terms of the winner and the second place. Ariane had great form across the 400-metre freestyle and what she was able to achieve there a couple of nights earlier. But Molly O'Callaghan, the world record was broken by Ariane at the Olympic trials just 6 weeks ago. But Molly got the ultimate revenge in taking out the Olympic title. So, no, it was a great race. And you can just see the respect and admiration that both of those girls have for each other.
I was worried, Grant. Now, we were billed to come 1 and 2, but the Hong Kong girl, Hawey, she was in front at, I think, after 100. Molly was coming fifth, and then turned for the last 50 metres in third spot. Is that how everyone expected the race to go, that Molly would just finish over the top?
I think everyone was anticipating that they would actually dominate a little bit more, but what they did do was they raced for the win. They weren't racing for a time, where at the Olympic trials, they knew they were well ahead of the rest of the field. So it was really a dog fight from start to finish, where this one was a little bit more tactical. So Molly's more of a 100-metre swimmer. You'll see her in the women's 100-metre freestyle. She's number one in the nation for that, where Ariane goes up to the 400-metre freestyle, so has a little bit more endurance. So Ariane was probably trying to get a little bit of an edge on her, burn her speed in that last lap. Where you could see Molly was really controlled and stayed very calm, which says a lot about how she was able to maintain that level of calmness to execute the race. So she was sitting there knowing that a lot of the other athletes were probably, spending the energy that they had, and she just slowly moved through the field and then turned it on in the last lap. You see her split in the last 50 is much, much quicker than anybody else. But yeah, for anybody sitting at home watching that race, it was probably a little bit scary for about 75 or 80% of it.
Look, Grant, do you, and we'll get to some other results as well, and we do want to break down people like Sam Short, but you as a former competitor, when you see a moment like this tonight, and it is a brilliant moment, does it make you, do you get some tingles and you get flashbacks of your best moments when you see something like that?
Definitely. As soon as the Olympics come on, you sort of get in your day-to-day life every 4 years, to be honest, but you start thinking back to it. I know I was lucky enough to have first and second just on the wrong side of it, even less of a margin than these two girls in the 400-metre freestyle in Athens, and, thinking about the opportunity that I had to compete in front of a home country. So you certainly do reflect on it a little bit more. And the thing is, too, you know exactly how some of those athletes are feeling. I know Ariane, she's a competitor and she works so hard, and she would have wanted to get back-to-back 2 400-metre freestyle titles from Tokyo here in Paris. So, as much as she shows respect and admiration for Molly because she's just an outstanding character, inside, it would be hurting her a lot not winning that title because she's just so deeply competitive. And I can relate to how that feels. And, the best person on the day one, and she would fully respect that as well.
Okay, so we've got 3 gold medals, swimming gold medals at the moment. How many do you think we can finish with? Of course, we've still got Carly McEwen to swim. She was the quickest in the semi-finals tonight in the 100 backstroke. As you said, Molly O'Callaghan will swim the 100. We've got the relays. Is there anyone else, do you think, that could win gold? What about Elijah Winnington? Could he grab a medal at least in the 800?
I definitely think Elijah can grab a medal, and he'll be close to a gold medal in this one. His form was right there in the men's 400, and he was coming home really strong. He looks a lot better than what he did at the Olympic trials 6 weeks ago, so I'm not sure what he's done over the course of the last month and a half, but he's definitely improved his performance, and also he would have removed a lot of those nerves of racing at the Olympics in that first event, so I think he'll be right there. Kayla McEwen in the backstroke, definitely gold medal chance over the 100 and the 200. A world record did get taken by Reagan Smith at the Olympic trials for the US just 5 weeks ago. So that's going to come down to a dogfight and a really, really tight finish, I think, in that race. And look, the men, we've got Cam McAvoy in the men's 50-metre freestyle. He's got 5 of the top 10 times in the world this year for that event. We've got Kyle Chalmers, who's in sensational form. He was in the men's 4x1, the way he was able to bring it home in that last 100 metres. And to give people a little bit of perspective on that, he was up against the Olympic champion and Caleb Dressel, who won the 100, just pipped him out by a few 100s in Tokyo, and he took a full second off him in that 100. So Kyle is swimming really, really well, so watch out for him in the men's individual 100-metre freestyle. So look, we're going to get a few more gold medals. How many, I don't know, but we're just at the beginning of this campaign, and there's going to be a lot of great performances to come from the Aussies just as yet.
Now, Grant Hackett, our special guest and expert. One last one, though. So Sam Short, we all feel for him, and he's had 4th placings, and illness has hit him at exactly the wrong time. The timing of getting absolutely 100% right for the day, the pressure on that. Can you feel for Sam's situation? I mean, what do you do if, 24 hours out from the race or 48 hours out from the race, you don't feel right? There is a stomach bug, or, you feel a bit fluey or whatever. How do you get it right?
Oh, this is the difficult part of the Olympics. You can break a world record any day of the week. You can win a world championship every 2 years. But the Olympics every 4 years, it's the scarcity of winning an Olympic gold medal that makes it so special. Because, to your point, Vossy, if you're a little bit sick, you run down, mentally you're not there that day, one of your competitors comes out of the woodwork and throws your race strategy right off, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there with a silver medal or in a 4th position, or you've just missed out on a final like Sam Short we've seen over the course of these Olympics in the 800 and 4th and the 400. It's devastating. But you got to do one of two things. You're either got to focus everything in the next 4 years and be so good and dominate so much within your events. You got to go to Olympic Games. Doesn't matter how sick, run down, things going wrong. You've trained so well and prepared so well that you can get up there and do it. But yeah, it's what makes the Olympics super special. I mean, I always look back on the history of the Olympics and look at Carl Lewis, who of course won the long jump 4 in a row, but the world record holder was actually Mike Powell. And I just remember that image with him with sand on his face after getting, I think, a silver medal both in 92 and 96 behind Carl Lewis. Now, talking on the show, everyone knows who Carl Lewis is, but probably not Mike Powell. So that's the nature of the Olympic Games and why it is just so special, and it really does capture all of us.
Yeah, well, you've got the Olympic gold medals to show it. Grant, thanks for coming on the program. Really appreciate it. I know you're high in demand and doing a great job as well. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Cheers.